Sorry. It's the meter. We're back. It's a new week. This is Meter, the podcast game show based around the IMDb Pro STARmeter. I'm Angel Orolfo.
I'm confused. Why did you do that?
I don't know. I thought it'd be fun.
I'm Jess, Merced. Hello. Hi, everyone. It's Golden Globe week. Yay. So that's why we're wearing hot dog hands for everything, everywhere, all at once. Let's go. Hi.
Let's get it done.
Okay. Are you going to talk about it?
Yeah. Refresh what the meter is.
Did you even say it was a podcast game show?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
He did.
When you screamed, it just like disoriented me. I'm so sorry. But you should be sorry.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Okay. The IMDb STARmeter is an official ranking of everyone who's worked in Hollywood, and it refreshes every Sunday night.
At 8 p.m. we learned.
Yep.
8 p.m., yeah.
Yeah. So.
And we have two wonderful guests today. Former SNL castmate,
Yes.
very funny person,
Disgraced.
No.
No.
I'm kidding. I didn't do any racism or anything yet. Yet. But working on it.
You'll get there.
Hell yeah.
Maybe today.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly. I want to find
today.
just the right thing to say
There's
at
enough
the
Asians
wrong
in here.
time. Yeah.
And then we got a comedian, actor, just hot off Babylon.
Out of Babylon.
I saw it and I was like, Daddy.
Yeah.
Didn't
Danny
know you
Jolles, everybody.
Thank you so
Yay.
much. Yeah, it was wild. Wild to make the cut, you know?
Yeah.
Really thought it was going to get cut.
Did you?
did. Really?
The first cut came in at like it's one of these rumors that like goes through
4
deadline
hours
that
long.
most people don't care about, and to me was an utter nightmare to read. Was like first cut of Babylon is coming in at 4.5, like over 4 hours, and I was like, I'm never gonna make it. They're gonna cut me for sure.
But you seem so funny. So EJ was an extra on that, and he said like the shooting of it was like
Where
really
were
It was
you
intense.
insane.
extra?
I was out in the Simi Valley location where they had all the soldiers and stuff.
Oh,
were you at that one too?
We're in
We're
the same
potentially the same time
Yeah.
and day. 'Cause
It was
I
insane.
It was insane. I was in
Yeah.
that tent, so I was locked in, but like
Yeah.
I remember I would look out at you guys, and I was like, it seems
Oh, it was
insane.
it was. We had people like spraining their ankles.
Yep.
And like it was like pretty hot, and like so some people actually like passed out on set.
That I remember. I
Got
remember it
driven
was so
home.
hot, and then like we were in like the nice area, and because I was with Brad, we were like particularly protected.
Yeah.
So I remember looking out at you guys being like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Did they,
we had it
like,
awful.
How did they recreate the scenes of like? How did they do the effects that you had to like run away from because there's like stuff flying at the tent?
Honestly, everything is extremely practical. Like Damien is just an absolute genius, but he does everything very practically. So it's like people are literally just throwing dirt
rocks
at
at
you,
you? Yeah.
and like
I
it's like
figured.
Would be credited as dirt thrower? Dirt thrower.
People would just be throwing dirt, and like one guy just threw a spear. Like it was just like as practically as you could do it.
All right.
They were doing it was awesome.
Oh, because they threw that spear right in the
The
middle.
spear, I mean, yeah, like the spear's on a rope, but like that genuinely came in, and then like it was all like just slowly because then they wanted me to move around and fall a bunch, and I was like, "Can I duck the spear?" And they were like, "Sure."
You did it really well.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
I don't know anything about this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
It's
either.
insane.
It's a great time. It's a great time. You get a little
If you're
Danny.
in it, then I'm all aboard.
Let me tell you, a little Danny in there.
Also,
When,
JC.
when your monologue comes up,
I mean, monologue is strong,
Monologue's
but I say words.
You have a very memorable scene. I will say that.
I was really pumped about how it came out, genuinely, and I hate a lot of things, and I genuinely was like, yeah.
well, let's talk more about things he hates.
Our other friend was in it too.
Ooh.
JC.
JC and I had like a very fun early realization of like how you book, and I booked this like kind of crazy thing, like because it was like so insane to say that it was just like I booked this crazy thing. And I was like, yeah, actually similar. I just booked this like crazy thing, and like slowly we were like, wait, are you in the Damien? Oh my god! Like, so it's been nice because we've been able to like through this entire insane thing be like, what are you hearing?
Yeah.
What are you hearing?
Yeah.
Like and kind of
That's so cool.
kept each other
That-
updated.
That was very similar thing to when me and Dawood got New Faces. Because I got
Say
the
anything.
email before
Yes,
him.
and when you get New Faces, they send you that like email being like, if we even fucking
chill.
hear,
Yeah.
if we even fucking hear you told someone, you're done.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh,
You
that
told me
that
right
was how
away,
the
and I was like, you're not
Well, you can
supposed to
tell you're
tell
like-
I
anyone.
could tell like normal.
yeah,
like
you can tell
normal
you see
people.
that, but it's like you literally have to, and because it's tough also because everybody knows
Yeah.
you should get it.
Yeah.
At that, the
Right.
year you get it, you should get it. So everybody's like, did you get it? And you have to just be like, you know, still waiting.
Who knows?
It's such a nightmare.
So Dawood told me immediately when he got it.
Yeah.
But I got rep, so I got my email like weeks before he did. And then so I knew he got it, and then he was like, "Hey, don't tell anybody." But I got New Faces, and I was like, "What? That's crazy!"
Were you like-
And then I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him till we got to JFL. He was like,
Really?
"Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "I don't know. I thought it'd be funnier if I didn't tell you."
Just showed up.
Yeah. Then we both show up at in Canada, and then he was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you should have told me."
When they called me to let me know I was on SNL, it was, it's Lorne Michaels, The Call, right? I remember being at work. I worked at like a tech startup in Chicago, and I like went into the conference room, and I'm just like pacing back and forth. And Lorne Michaels was like, oh yeah, you're in Chicago. So if the news comes out, we'll know it was you specifically that let it out. Like, he's like, in LA and New York, there's lots of people always trying to, get the scoop, but where you are, we'll know it was you. And I was like, okay, yeah. Laying low.
And you weren't allowed to say anything for how long?
It was like a couple of weeks.
And so what'd you tell your because you?
But I
obviously
had to move.
Yeah. No, it's
Here for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, bye.
yeah. You just had to go and be like, for no particular reason, I'm quitting this job.
I literally had to. It was like 4:45 on a Friday, so I was like, I'm putting in my 15 minutes notice. And I am no longer gonna be here. I need to move out and break my lease that I just signed. So that was cool. I had to. When I look back on it, there were so many people that like try to cash in, like me giving them tickets to the show, and in general, family and close friends, so no problem. But to get out of my lease in Chicago, my landlord in Chicago, I was like, hey, I have a thing I have to go do. And like he was not budging. He's like, you need to pay the full. I'm like, I just got, and he's like, oh, my son loves that shit. Could I pretend? And I had to give tickets to this fucking guy.
Nice.
That's still good. That's
better
a
than
good deal.
No, he was a turd.
Yeah.
Like he didn't help me out that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What if he's like, "Oh, you're on SNL? That means more money."
yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
He goes,
Damn.
it's a 2-year lease you actually signed.
Well, thank you to the both of you
Yeah.
for coming
Congrats.
on. How familiar are you with the STARmeter on IMDb?
I'm vaguely familiar with it, having driven down to San Diego to do comedy shows, and you in the back seat telling me about it.
Just shove it down people's throats.
I recently was I went very rare a public fight with IMDb
Oh yeah, I liked that.
because I was very frustrated because they wouldn't credit me for Babylon.
What?
Ah.
I
I had a good joke too on your
got
thing.
very you had a great what was yours?
I had a great joke. My joke kind of like, I don't want to brag about my joke on Danny's fight with IMDb, but it did kind of like, I don't know, filter to the top just from so many people also like, I was just like, well, you'd say it, Danny.
Well, so the issue was I was in Babylon, and initially I just like didn't put it on my IMDb, and then partially because I was like, I'm gonna get cut and it's gonna be so embarrassing.
Right.
So I just like was totally fine with not being on there. Then like maybe a month before it comes out, somebody goes to an early screening and they're like, great job, and I was like, ooh, I made it at least enough where somebody recognized me.
Right.
Didn't know what amount of me was, but I was like, somebody saw my face. So I like just sent in a thing being like, hi, I'm in this movie. Boom. And they rejected me. And then I sent it in again. Then I sent it in with like being like, this is, and so eventually I ended up sending them my contract. Like the email I got with how much I was being paid.
Right.
And I was like, this is embarrassing for me to have to send. I don't really feel comfortable sending this. Please credit me. And they rejected me again. And then I went public and I was like, IMDb will not credit me for this movie. I sent them my literal contract. This is insane. Yeah. And then they credited me.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
But he never mentioned what the movie was, and I just wrote something to the effect of, Danny, you were not in Inception.
Wait, who are you like dealing with? Like, is there like
It's just it's the same thing as getting verified on Instagram, where they're like, "There's a process," and then slowly you realize like, "Oh, the process is bullshit," and you have to have somebody like.
On the inside.
Yeah, so it's like I just was sending them through
Right.
the add yourself. Like, this is how you add yourself to a movie.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Right. And then they were like, let's fuck his STARmeter up.
Well, I was like, part of it was, I mean, embarrassingly, but I was like, I want that STARmeter kick from Babylon. What are we
Come
doing
on.
here?
You want the cred?
Come on, been working.
You're on screen.
I'm on scran.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. Because like, if you just like hit up the producer of Babylon, which you.
But
I'm
that's
sure
the
you
thing is,
wouldn't
I'm like,
know.
am I going to the goddamn
don't do
producer
it.
of Babylon?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know them particularly well.
Right, right, right.
So I,
Did JC get the cred?
JC got the credit immediately. No issues for JC.
Oh, we gotta have him on next week.
Yeah. First line of the movie. Pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Not too shabby.
I haven't seen it
Who was
yet.
he? Oh, he was the elephant.
Elephant guy.
Cool, very
Yeah.
cool. All right, well, we're gonna go over all of
Yeah.
our scores
We
first.
good. We got your scores pulled up. We'll,
Oh,
we'll,
no,
we'll
that's
let you
not
know
good.
how you're doing. Well, I'm doing.
Danny was just in a major motion picture that's currently.
But you have a monster. You have a monster on
but that's
there.
been slowly but surely trickling
Yeah, but that
downward
can
over
hit.
the years.
I'd be curious. I think we're gonna be very close.
I don't
It would
think
be
so
like
at
that.
all.
Well, I went up this week just by a little bit,
way
and
to go.
I'm in the green. I'm in the green. 204,223,
Good job.
Wow.
and then Jess.
We don't have to.
Jess, it's okay.
I went down 100,000.
Now,
You
my
did.
favorite thing before you list hers was we in the car. I'm sure this is not the game anymore.
No, yeah,
but
yeah.
the first game we ever played with this in the car was, what is a person that you could name that you personally know who has the lowest possible score?
Ooh.
So not unlisted. They have a score, but who is the least
Whoa.
star-metered, friend of yours? And I think I won with my buddy who I was like,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
I know he's worked behind the camera on stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
like some
Yeah, we
stuff.
don't. We behind the camera people don't get good scores. But this
Yeah.
week. I went
Wait.
down a
You want me to
lot.
read yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
fine.
Okay. I won't read
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Okay. if you don't, hey, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. What am I?
386,044.
That's
Pretty good.
alright.
Oh, we got you guys have stings.
Coming back. I'm coming back next week. All right. Okay. Out of the two of you.
And who do you think has the better one? Okay.
Without a doubt,
Oh,
Danny
'cause
by
that's
a landslide.
I don't think it's by a landslide at
I'll
all.
say it's not by a landslide.
Yeah. I
It's
think
not
you
by
are.
a
I think you are
landslide.
underselling yourself and
I
overselling
think-
me.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I have done a lot of porn, which I don't know if that pops up on there.
So
wonder.
Luke, you're at a 141,707.
And it's
Good
good to be
job.
here. And it's good to be here.
Yeah.
Very good. And then Danny, you're at a 37,950.
What do you mean that's not a landslide?
No,
that's a landslide.
That's not.
Out of 12 million people?
No,
That's
out of
not
12
a
million,
landslide.
that's like pretty close.
no,
Good
that's a
job.
landslide.
But
No,
I checked
It was
both
more
of
than I
your,
thought.
like, top
I will
scores.
say more than I thought it would be.
Land-
It was a solid beating. I will say.
But you guys have like had
Let's see.
your
here.
best scores.
I don't know if y'all knew this, but there's they have like
Your high water mark?
baseball
There's like
cards
a Comic
Oh,
Sans.
God.
of your score.
Baseball card.
Well, it's like
Very
it's not a
funny.
baseball card, but it's like a.
That's
a-
my
Luke, what
headshot
is that
that's on- I haven't had
photo?
that
That's
headshot.
horrific.
That headshot was from like 2014
yeah.
in
You can
Chicago. That
update
my
it.
friend.
Yeah, you're allowed to update
I
it.
won't. Like even that is old. That's like that was when I got on SNL and
Yeah,
I was.
that
the-
doesn't even look like
they
you.
they were like, you kind of look like Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, I'll take
Hey,
that.
can we, let's say this though. Your all-time high, 13,000,
Whoa.
and then
That's probably during-
Danny, your all-time high, 18,000.
Wow.
See that?
So I've
See?
fallen much farther.
I've held consistent. When was my? Does it say when your all-time high is?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't.
Damn.
but-
but
I'd be curious about when mine was.
God,
Maybe during Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
13.
Right.
Yeah.
But good job. Those
Yeah,
are solid
that's
solid
amazing.
scores. How do y'all feel any type of way about it?
I feel like a fucking star.
I feel good. I feel like mine. I feel like I'm in a good place meter-wise. I also, and
Yes.
it's like, it's like I feel like I also know I have one thing coming that's gonna be good. So I like
Me
have a
no.
little. So I got a little something in the canister too. So that's not.
Ooh.
That isn't.
Oh.
not
The,
even
the upward
That's gonna
trajectory
get
has
popped.
yet to be.
That's gonna get popped
Damn.
again. I got something coming next couple months.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, bruh.
That's exciting.
Yeah, bruh. With that said, I'm dying out here. Continue.
Yeah,
Do you want us to put that water
You are.
somewhere?
What?
I'm gonna put the water next to you so you don't have to reach so
I told you about that thing that I.
That's smarter.
That I refuse to get myself excited about, just because you audition for enough things, you don't get almost all of it. So
Right.
you're just like, you get thick skin. There was a thing that I went through all the process for. Then they brought me back in for another role. They had all the director sessions, all the producers, everybody in there. They offer me the role. I sign the contract. I see the money. I see, oh boy, oh cool, just a life-changing amount of money. And then then the next day they're like, the other guy that we casted, the role was for a little brother in this show, and the guy that they casted to be the older brother looks the same age as me. So they cast,
no.
and I mean,
But you already signed,
I already had signed
so
it.
they had to pay you.
They didn't. They sure didn't.
Why? Why didn't they?
It was
Because I will say I had a role that I signed that got taken away from me, and I got paid.
Call your lawyer right now.
honestly, that's a curious case
Let's,
of Benjamin Button.
let's talk off mic. I'm very curious about what happened there.
It was, but it's one of those things.
Was this recent?
This was pretty recent.
Oh shit.
Oh, we gotta talk about this.
And
We gotta talk about this off mic. This is
yeah. This must be remedied.
Yeah.
No, but looking back on it now, the role
Right.
was for a Jewish guy, which I am not.
Okay.
But they never.
But then
asked-
why am I not auditioning for this role?
You probably should have. Again, if I'm looking too old,
You and I have done.
No, I'm just saying. We look a similar age. So I was just like, the guy they cast was like 20 years old.
Well, you and I have done self tapes together. If we may
This is
reveal,
true.
we have done self tapes together.
This is true.
Some would argue with self tape buddies,
This is true.
and have done self tapes where we both have been doing the same self tape.
That is also true. We're not the same type.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where the whole crux of the show, it was very much so at the forefront that the character had to be visibly Jewish.
Infuriating. I didn't go in.
And so,
Interesting.
Granted,
was weird because-
if they cast a 20-year-old, that is a problem.
the further in I got, the further I was like, they're going to ask me. Which I don't know if they're legally allowed to do, but I was like,
Yeah, I guess so.
and my agent was like, lie. Say your grandpa was. I'm like, no. I'm like, they'll find out.
Yeah.
They've got a way to
It's
find
so
out.
interesting how agents are still in like mid-19,
I
where they're
know.
like just lying. I'm like,
I'm like-
that's the end of my career.
Yeah.
That isn't just a little lie if
I'm
it's
like-
caught. That's Twitter done.
Right.
Twitter will destroy you.
Right. I'm just like,
It's
they'll
one-
find out.
It's one thing if
right
you're
away.
like they cast me in the role. I was excited to take on the role. I believe I can capture the tape. But if they're like, he told us he was Jewish.
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
And
You're
I'm not
fucked.
I am not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
And so I kept
You don't
saying
have to
like
answer.
if they ask me,
Yep.
which again, I don't think they're legally allowed to ask you.
It's
but-
getting harder in LA. And Hollywood is now starting to ask, because I've been asked some things recently where I've been like, you're not allowed to ask me that. 100% not allowed to ask me that. But I've answered because I've just been like,
Right.
because if you don't,
Again, if they
this
asked
is
me,
how
I
Hollywood
would have
works.
said. I would.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
100%.
but I'm
They're-
also I'm glad I didn't get it because I probably would have encountered
Some Twitter haters.
some fun.
No, nobody cares about Jews. You're fine. Truly, it is across the board that is happening.
Yeah.
Jared Leto was playing an Israel, not just a Jew, an Israeli Jew.
Right.
I didn't hear one. I was the only person yelling about it. I was like, he's doing.
What are we doing?
He's horrible. He doesn't sound like a Jew at all, and he sounds terrible. And we're all pretending this is good.
Yeah.
Call
it's
back to
a fun
WeWork.
place.
Yeah.
Armageddon
Oh
Time
yeah.
just came
here's
out.
that.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of
Yeah, but nobody
non-Jews
cares about Jews. Jews get cast all the time across.
Do you know what else I have gone in for and been like, no. Was
I'm not Filipino.
they asked me if they were like, you're all the way white? I'm like, I'm very visibly all the way white. There's
What a
no-
bizarre question. You're all the way white.
They were like,
want
it was
that
for
or they
it was for
didn't
a
want
half
that?
Mexican role, and here's the thing is I was like, I went in because I was like, whatever. I didn't really know what it was until I was reading it, and then I'm like, oh, there's got to be a mistake.
Yeah.
And then I got it, and they kept calling me back in, and I'm like, I can't get this. Like, you cannot.
He's just a light-skinned.
I mean, I don't know. I'm what is referred to as ethnically ambiguous.
Do you believe?
I could see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see
Yeah,
you
yeah,
playing
if-
Italian.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are
It's,
you Italian? Not at all.
I'm not, but I can play Italian, and I can play a lot of things, and due to the sunken eyes, and so as a result,
Dead
I have
soul.
bid in for some things where I've been like, if they ask, but I also am a big open casting guy. I think people should I think everybody should compete for every role equally, and like
Right.
let the diversity find itself. That's my personal stance. Which,
Clip that. Clip that.
listen, we can all shut it down ahead of time, but that seems like we're not creating a fair world, and that's sad for everyone. Because I think there's a lot of great roles that people who aren't white should be able to audition for, and because they're not. Well, that wasn't the role we're actually doing. That we're doing this role is that role. I think that's fucked up, and so I think it's a bigger issue.
But how funny is
now
it?
clip that part too.
No. Cut it. Cut that. Cut it before that. I think it's funny when you go send in for a role and you see the like bending over backwards, jumping through hoops of like, we'll take anyone.
Right.
Because it seems like they cannot in writing say they want a white person for this role.
But
so they're
you-
like,
We'll see anyone.
we'll see. We'll love it. We would love it. We would love it if some whites were here as well. Like this role for a Nazi. It's a Nazi.
They've gotten so confused. It's so funny watching them talk about it now.
Oh, it's real.
So many development people are so confused on like what they're allowed to say and what they're not. Where you're just like, guys, I mean, this is insanity. The way we're talking, you sound so racist.
Yeah. In your effort to be inclusive, you sound infinitely more racist.
Yeah, it's like I'm leaving the room. Like, this is the most racist room I've ever been in. I can't even handle how offensive that was.
I guess this is the era of the publicist, you know?
Right.
They are probably doing really well right now.
Oh, I can tell you, someone who recently was involved with publicists. Let me tell you, publicists are. You think you know how much they're charging. You're not even close.
Yeah.
Really?
You think you know. You don't even know. They're charging more than you can, and they'll say it to you like it isn't insane. And when you go, but that's obviously the most insane, and they'll go, well, that's just what it is. And then you will go to a bunch of different companies, being like, this other guy told me this number, that can't possibly be. And
They're like, we do more than that.
yeah. Literally, that's what happened.
Whoa.
One guy was like, my cheapest rate is this, and I was like, no, you're out of your mind. And then I went to 7 other companies, and none of them touched that rate.
Dang.
Jeez.
And I was like, all right.
Did you go through with it?
I did.
Oh, man. Leading you
I'm his
dry.
publicist now.
What did you get covered up?
What?
What?
Yeah. What stories did you have to bury?
What
I
did you need a
couple,
publicist
I had a
for?
couple pretty bad. It was for the special, you goon.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
Sometimes
you-
they
you
work
said
on
it.
positive things. They don't always work on negative stories. Sometimes it's positive.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Did
what
you,
your
like-
agent does. Is mop up
Could
bodies.
you have made your publicist contact IMDb to get your credit up there?
It was discussed.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
they're
discussed,
charging
and
you
I
that
was
much.
like, but at a certain point, I was so offended by the
Right.
"there's no way you're in this movie"
Oh my
responses
Right.
that I was like, no, it's going public.
So
You have to go down.
It wasn't that they were just full ghosting.
No.
It's that they
I
were
would
like,
get
"We
a
don't
no.
believe
So when
it."
you submit,
Oh,
you
I
get a
didn't
response, and they'd be
realize
like,
that.
"There is not sufficient evidence that you are in this movie." And I was, again, at the final one, I sent them my contact email.
Yeah.
There's not sufficient evidence.
What if you
that
just
we
sent them like a AMC ticket? Was like, go, I'm in it.
can-" But the problem was, I thought about that,
Yeah.
and then I was like, but by the time that happens, the movie's out, and I'm missing out on like
Oh, yeah.
the rub. The whole point is I want a little bit of the rub. What's the point of doing this movie if it isn't for a little goddamn rub?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
he's all about the rub.
Once the movie's out, we're done.
Do you like how Danny and I have just fully taken
Yeah.
over?
Yeah.
We should contact the person that he
Luke,
was
what else have
trying
you come
talk
close
to.
to?
No, that's a good segue because I
Yeah.
think it's time.
To play.
The meter. Yay. Hey. Oh.
Oh!
Oh shoot! Wait, we gotta take his call.
Oh no.
song from my favorite podcast, THEmeter. No, it's... Yeah, you're not gonna make it to my party? No, dude. Emily Ashley Prescott, it's okay. No, it's cool. It's cool that you have, like, 3 first names. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. No, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it comes around like 365 days a year. I mean, it'll be back. Alright, cool.
Where'd you get that wig from?
Oh, he started Blackbird, but he bailed on it.
Good job, EJ.
Good job, EJ.
Sorry about that, EJ.
How long was he back there?
It did scare me.
That's what we do.
That got me a little bit. He came out so fast.
This is actually a very spooky podcast.
I see.
All right, so now it's time to play, and here is how the game goes. You're gonna guess who you think the most poppin' person in each category is, and this week, and you want to guess the lowest possible score. So you want to, and we all.
So not biggest movement, lowest score.
Yes.
Well, technically highest in terms of
Yeah.
Sure.
popularity.
Number one is the
how
highest.
hot they are
Right.
But we are shooting for the lowest.
We want number
STARmeter.
1.
You get the score of the person you guess, and then we add up the scores at the end, and that's who wins. And the first round is always actors. It's the easiest. Y'all know this. And Luke, since you have the lower STARmeter score, you get to go first.
Yeah, try to guess who you think.
Who do you
is
think
number
has-
1 this week?
Number 1 this week.
Yeah, and walk us through your process.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're living in a day and age where, James Cameron's got a movie in the theeds.
Sure.
I know it's not the freshest one out there, but I would still venture a guess that Mr. Sam Wellington has got to be relatively low. Worthington, whatever his name is.
Wellington, the food.
You know what I mean. I'm not. That's the other thing. I'm not great with other actors.
That's a good guess.
Very good guess.
So you want that?
I'll submit that as a.
Lock it
It's a
in.
person that's at least got to be on the list because I remember throwing some out there. You're like that person's 7,000.
That's a great guess.
That's
great
a great
guess.
guess. I mean, it's doing very well still. So.
Mm-hmm.
Danny?
Danny's gonna
I do think
guess
that's-
himself. He's gonna guess himself.
No, I'm thinking I'm like we're on Golden Globes week, so I think that has to be factored in accordingly.
Oh sure.
Okay. I like that.
But I don't think that's going to affect Gerard in any way, so he's not a good bad guess in my opinion. So I think
Maybe not till next
And when you say actor, you mean male identifying actors, or could I have guessed?
Anybody.
Anybody.
no. Obviously, what are you, an idiot?
I don't
So
know.
then-
I would have changed my guess.
Okay, hey, I'll let since we
No,
didn't-
I'll let him go, and then I want to see.
Okay.
So I
I'm another guess.
so I haven't seen Avatar.
I haven't either.
Really? No. I've seen the first one, of
Or
course,
no, I've seen the
obviously. Yeah, of course. But I have not seen the new one. But I'm assuming Zoe is in it again.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I think she is going to be cooler.
You're
She's
right.
going to be a little hotter.
You're
Because
right.
Sam kind of just bumbles around,
It's true.
whereas
Yeah.
Zoe's in the thrust of it. So I'm going to say Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
So I'll say this. When you said actor, for some reason I thought we were going like male identifying.
No.
Damn.
In true Golden Globes fashion, still gendered, baby.
Oh no.
Well,
I'll let,
you know, that
I'll
came
let
up
you
the other
change
day.
it
and I
if
was,
you like.
I do want to change it, and I will change away from Avatar to a worse choice.
Okay.
And my choice will be, what's her name?
What did she?
Allison from Megan
Williams.
Williams. I'm changing to Allison Williams.
Very good guess.
Because that's a newer movie.
Smart and doing very well.
Megan's my
I'm going to see it tomorrow. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I love it.
It's
Allison
right up
Williams.
my alley in terms of just being a freak show. I love that.
But,
Okay.
but it's genuinely loved. It isn't like a joke love. It's like people.
No,
love it.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay.
Okay. So, Allison Williams is at 104.
Ooh,
Very
Pretty
high.
good.
Very good.
good.
Zoe,
Those got to be up higher than that.
45.
Wow,
let's go.
good job.
So,
Close match.
question.
was
Where was Sam?
51.
Ah, gotta
Wait.
keep with your gender.
Here's the thing. We make decisions, and you have to stick by them. You know?
Don't worry, worry. You can make it
But
back.
this very close.
104 to
Things
45.
will change.
Now we spin the
now
wheel.
we spin the wheel. Ooh.
I'm loving the audio stings.
All right, so now we're gonna go with Pete's exes.
Nice. Pete Davidson's.
So anyone Pete has ever dated, who do you think will have the lower score? Luke, you lost that last round, so you get to go first again. Who do you think?
I mean, exes.
We'll accept anyone he's dated too, like publicly.
I mean, I know a handful, and I'm thinking. I mean, it's really to me it comes down to two,
Okay.
and it's whether or not you think it's Kim K or you think it's Ariana. It's got to be the two that are the lowest, right? Or no?
I mean, I would argue most recent Rajakowski is going to be.
Oh, you're right.
Sure,
You're right.
for
You're
sure.
right.
But you got to remember this is
a weekly.
But this is also based on if they've got TV credits.
True.
So they might not be popular.
Kim's
You're
hot.
right.
They got a Hulu show.
Sure.
Yeah, Kim.
But yeah.
You're
I
right.
think all of those
Then in that
people
case, I'll throw out one that I know is not going to be correct.
Smart.
But I know I'm going to throw out Kate Beckinsale.
Ooh.
are. She's not.
She's not that hot right
I
now,
don't
but guess
understand
what?
Why you would do that?
Because guess what? I'm just going for it, all right?
What is the last thing she's been in?
No one knows for sure.
I don't know.
Last thing she's been in is I've seen TikToks of her stretching. Have you seen TikToks of her?
That
stretching?
sounds great.
That sounds
She's like freakishly,
stretchy.
stretched, like in a way that
I don't know
like
if that's going to be on
he's-
IMDb
he's,
STARmeter,
like,
though.
crazy.
I don't know. Social media does affect.
that is the last thing I know Kate Beckinsale from. Is
Right.
from a TikTok where I was like, Jesus. But it was like one where like you think you go into it being like whatever, but then like halfway through you're like, it is like wild. She is wildly flexible.
I also just think it's kind of wild that Pete Davidson was involved with her, too.
Yeah. How long ago?
His
was
list is unbelievable.
His list is
No
truly
one's
wild.
gonna deny it.
He hasn't even reached his final form yet.
Yeah. But you're right. I'm just throwing out someone who has a lot of things,
I-
a lot of
Hey.
creds.
I
He is-
respect
He is
that.
running out of.
Of spectacularly beautiful women.
Certainly running out of like the things that the exciting publicity ones. Like at a certain point, you've hit.
You got to do Flow from Progressive.
Yeah, like you're like, he's gonna run out. Like they'll be beautiful, but like it won't be splashy.
Right.
He's running out of splashy.
Yeah, the splash plays are.
I feel like Olivia Wilde would be like the next.
That'd be a splash.
That would be a big splash.
But I mean, a lot of people on the internet are going Jenna Ortega.
Oh yeah,
No.
but well, I don't know. Maybe. Isn't she a youngster?
She's
20?
super young.
Oh okay. Well,
And
we
he's
know
like-
he knows.
I think he's like, how old is he? He's like 30.
Anyway, Danny, what's yours?
I'll go Kim K.
Kim K. Okay.
Obviously, assumed you were gonna take Kim K.
Pretty
I'm
smart.
saying you didn't
I mean, I should have. She's a better score,
for sure.
but
would
It's
feel-
actually a lot hot.
Okay.
I just was thinking.
All right.
Whoa.
The
All right.
things have changed.
Good job.
So
Kate?
not looking good for Danny.
I'm sorry, Danny, but Kate is at a 436.
Still pretty
Still a solid
damn
score.
good for not working.
And then Kim Kardashian, 5,484.
So what just happened was I made kind of the perfect switch. I did a pinch hit. And it's because of the TV creds. It's the amount of creds on IMDb.
She's actively on a Hulu show.
No one knows for sure.
yeah, that was interesting.
Actively on one. What are we talking?
I'm kidding. It's more Chloe and the other one.
In the other one.
Dang.
Damn.
Well, she's getting married and Travis
It
Barker.
is very surprising.
Mandel-
I mean,
During the Mandel episode,
That's
they
rough.
guessed Kim
Should have done
K, and she
Ariana.
was
Ariana
kinda
was
bad
safer.
for that.
Can we check Ariana
Yeah,
sure,
that's
yeah,
stupid
of
me.
course.
She's probably doing good because
or Emrat?
Emrat, I think is good. Emrat was the one I was gonna do.
I was gonna
I feel
say
like Emily
I would have
would
said
be-
Larry David's daughter.
Cassie David?
Yeah, because she's in
She's
a
got some
bunch of
stuff.
stuff.
Really?
She does. She's
Mhm.
got some stuff cooking. She's so cool too.
Ariana Grande, 3,000.
Whoa.
Emily, we'll go. We'll,
What's that?
we'll-
Let's check in.
Emily.
Let's
This
check
world
in.
is wild.
how do you,
The STARmeter does not lie.
how do you spell Emily?
RAT.
Okay, I found it. Emily
992.
992.
Wow.
Okay, better.
That would have been
That'd
a
have been better.
choice.
An
Wait, I want to
upset.
see Cassie.
Yeah, we'll check Cassie David too. Just cause.
And we'll go. Oh, we didn't even go over the top 10.
I'll do it in a second.
The top 10 of his girlfriends.
Wait, how do you spell Cassie David?
It's
Spelled-
CAZZ.
Yeah, ZZ.
Oh.
Yeah.
What has she been in?
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, she had her own show too.
Okay,
I
good
think.
thing you didn't go with Cassie David. She's at 11,000.
Yeah.
And then
Tough. Getting your Danny territory to
I
11,000.
know.
Rough.
All right, so Danny's losing
by just a little bit.
Like,
scoot.
almost
things
by
can change.
5,000.
That seems
It's at
bad.
540.
But here's the thing: is
Danny's
there
at
are ones that are very popular people that
5,529.
their star, as of this moment,
Yeah, it would change.
IMDb deems them to
Good
be
job,
over
dude.
not
the
of
hill.
value.
Yeah, good
We'll
job.
go over
The top 10.
Jenna Ortega is back
back.
again at number 1.
She's been number 1 for like a month and a half, almost 2 months now.
Yeah, but then
But she went to number 2 last.
Have
week.
y'all watched that show?
Yes,
I haven't.
likes it.
I like it.
I love the Addams Family movies.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I don't
I
know
watch
Adam's
them every
Family.
year.
I don't have much to say. I just watch the Broadway show. That's all I know.
I'm inspired by Gomez and Morticia's relationship.
I agree.
I don't know how they portray it in the new show, but I assume it's very crazy, too sexual in a way that's like, but it's very
They toned
loving.
it down a little bit.
They toned them down.
Do they do the same thing that they did to Angelica Houston in the movie, where wherever she is, she's got
It's
a
like a
spotlight on her face?
No.
I don't
I
think
love
No.
that they do that. I always thought that that was so cool.
Yeah, they're definitely secondary, right? It's
Yeah,
not about.
they're only in like a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's a shame. Madeline Klein's at 2. She's from Outer Banks and Glass Onion. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
She's very hot.
Number
Very
3.
hot.
Who's Olivia?
Olivia
Hussey?
She played Juliet in the original Romeo and Juliet, and she's trending right now
1400s.
because both of those actors who are now, it's like 60 years later, they're like suing
I saw that was in,
Paramount for like showing nudity because they were kids when they shot that. And
Oh.
they-
right. She was like 14.
yeah,
Wow.
and they were told like they're not going to show your boobs, but then they did. Wow. But now they're suing, even though it's like 60 years later.
Isn't there a limit on stuff like that?
I think it's because they
18.
changed.
18 is the.
Oh, that's right.
But they like changed the rules, like the rulings, like last year. So now they're suing. But yeah,
Okay.
she's trending.
Yeah, we had to watch that in school,
Yeah, me too.
and I was like, some taters in there.
Taters?
Yeah,
Never heard that.
Turn your
She was very beautiful.
a couple of taters up top.
All right, who's number 5?
Alexandra Daddario,
She's a new show.
Jeremy Renner. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, because he got hit by a snowplow.
See, so it
Yeah.
is social media.
Yeah, if you die, you go up. If you something happens,
That would have been
to
a smart one for me to do.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that would have been smart.
Who else?
Cole Hauser. I think he's
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh,
Of
yeah,
course.
Florence, of course.
Emma Myers, and then Laura Haddock.
Have you guys watched any
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone?
I watched the first season.
So it's my in-laws watch it. They devour it. They can't get enough of it. And I caught a couple of episodes via osmosis, and I was like, "Oh, this is like hilarious right-wing propaganda."
I wouldn't go that far.
It is.
I
I watched some. I watched
I
some
don't
of the
think that's
episodes.
fair. I don't think that's fair to the show. I think that is
I'm sure it's a good
angry. I think that is angry studio execs trying to explain why it works, and I don't think that's fair
Oh.
to the
Yeah.
show. The show is better than that.
I didn't say it was bad.
I just think it's like
It
these
is-
big studio execs being like, "Well, it's just like because it's on a farm and the right." It's like,
Oh, no, that's
it's
not what
like,
I meant.
It has been. I have heard that argument so much online, and it makes me.
It's not because it's on a
No,
farm.
it's true. It's like that's the elite, like the coastal
Yeah.
view of what it is. But
Right.
It's,
It's
not.
like, no, it's a good show. It's a good show. It's not incredible. I obviously didn't consider season 1. I think it's a little, but that's also like what it's like. Look, you look at network TV, like the things that are going to spread. Sometimes people just want like a nice. It's a
Western
basic ass drama, is how I would
Right.
describe it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I loved just the episode that I watched was centered around Beth Dutton just beating Piper Parabo's ass because she's a liberal.
I didn't hear about
It's so funny. If you've not seen this episode, I'm like, I don't know anything about the show. I'm like, fill me in on the backstory. And like, she feels a little disrespected because she's vegan and she won't eat the meat from the farm. And so they took her out in the front yard and they beat her ass.
I will say that Beth, in my watching of Yellowstone,
First season.
Beth was the issue. That character is tough.
Right.
Very
That's everyone's
bizarre.
favorite character.
And that's why I hear it gets better. Season 1, I was like, I do not get it. What is this woman makes some rash decisions.
Yeah.
Every episode, we're taking big rash decision swings. I don't get it. But with that said, love 1883.
Oh.
Which
and
one's that?
That's the
Is that Harrison Ford?
Preschool?
no, that's the one before the Harrison Ford one. That's with Sam Elliott. Great,
Love Sam
really good Western. And then I haven't watched Harrison Ford, but it's great also. So I will say I devout 1883 loved.
Oh,
Yeah?
nice.
Is it done? Was it like a miniseries? Or is
I
it still
think they're
going?
gonna do more.
I think they're doing more.
Yeah, it was
make
good.
It's a universe. It's a Sheridan universe.
It's-
gonna
it
continue
really is.
forever.
But it's good. I'm like, I get it. I totally get it.
He's great. I like him. Yeah, I'm surprised that Yellowstone doesn't show up in the top 10 more often. This is the first time that somebody has.
Particularly because it's currently airing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like,
it's weird.
so we've realized that like Netflix, like anything that's on Netflix is really gonna saturate the top 10.
Pops.
Well, you have to remember it's also because who's going to IMDb? I don't think it's
And
necessarily.
who's paying IMDb
Yeah, that's
to
true.
juice their people?
I don't think you can't pay them to juice.
You can't. They used to pay for bots though.
Yeah, you could bought it.
You could bot it, but I don't think people are doing that anymore.
Danny?
Danny?
Interesting.
All right, let's go to our
Next
third
category.
category.
Hit that wheel.
Fun.
I cannot see.
All right, this one's fun. This is very fun because I know. Okay,
Just
good.
tell us.
Football players. Are y'all football fans?
Die Hard.
I know
both
you,
of us.
I know both of you are. Yeah, I know both of you are.
Oh, it's-
So I'm glad.
and I
Oh,
didn't
that's how you
notice
said
what it
it.
was.
I'm glad this came up.
See,
So
now, he has to go first though because he's
We're always in our
we're-
window.
Because he's losing.
One
you
an
get to go
answer.
first. And
So the weighing that I have to do internally is I'm a diehard Cincinnati Bengals fan, which is a curse and has been most of my life. It only recently has become fun. And I love my boy, and I want to guess him, but here's the thing: he's not number one in the famousness.
What counts as a football player, Your Honor?
Oh,
Because
that's
this is in movies and stuff.
currently playing.
Currently
playing.
playing.
wow. Say that again.
So a Peyton and Eli having their own, Monday Night Football viewing, which might juice the stats.
Because boy, was I about to fucking ruin you if it was anybody who played in the NFL.
Who are you gonna say?
Yeah.
The Rock. And I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to
I
decimate
knew y'all
you.
would try to do that. That's why I
Ugh.
said currently playing.
Damn.
My hand smells like
Yeah.
shit.
Like hot
I
dog.
told
damn
you,
it.
latex
Been in that.
disgusting.
I like that it's got the nutrition facts.
What's
They say it's zeros down everything, but serving size is one finger.
Oh, gross.
That's kind of cute.
That's hilarious. But yeah,
Currently playing.
Currently, yeah.
Okay. Am I first?
Yeah.
Great. Tom Brady.
good job. 80 for Brady is coming out.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean Brady is going to
Exactly.
be the absolute. That's the choice. But
I was keeping it quiet
Patrick
over here.
Mahomes would be my just in the
Oh.
sheer amount of
Sure.
saturation of
Smart.
commercials.
Smart.
Oh,
Smart. Not a bad answer.
interesting.
But Tom Brady is without a doubt the number one.
I don't know who else you would go with, particularly because there's a movie
There's a literal movie coming out
about
him.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. All right, you know what? DeMar Hamlin might be the choice.
I thought about that, and I was
Dude,
like,
actually,
I actually legitimately thought about that, and I was like, I don't think he'll have an IMDb
I don't know.
because he wasn't a big
You're right.
player until this moment.
No, and I was at that game.
Oh my god, we had to
really?
talk about it afterwards because I saw you post about it.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
It was horrible. Watching it at home was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was really, really.
I imagine it was very confusing in person.
super confusing. No one knew anything what was going on. We didn't even know who it was for like 20 minutes.
Damn, you were there.
I was there.
Crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Moving
I was
on.
at the game where Gus Farrat gave himself a concussion by headbutting a thing after
some-
scoring a touchdown.
Oh no.
And I remember at the game, like, because he scores a touchdown, walks in for a touchdown.
Former Bengals QB.
We're a nightmare for all of us. He walks in for a touchdown. Nobody hits him. Celebrates, and then just doesn't come out the next series. And we were like, "What is happening?" And then like the spreading through the crowd of being like, "They're saying he headbutted the wall in celebration." Like having that spread through the stadium was what a ride.
Who was the guy? There was a guy a couple years
Yikes.
ago who he like sacked the QB, and then to celebrate, he like jumped and did like a primal flex and tore his ACL.
Oh no!
Like,
That was a Grammatica famously one Grammatica went down that way.
That's
leaping
so
after kicking a field goal.
embarrassing.
celebrating and just really hurting your career.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So be careful, whoever wins today.
Tom Brady
Don't do that
definitely
shit.
is the
Yeah.
choice.
So
Actually-
it's. I mean,
You keep saying it's closer, then it's like 100,000.
this one was crazy.
What is it?
Tom Brady, 9,258.
Ooh, that is not what I wanted him to be.
No, but that's good though for a football player.
But Patrick Mahomes, 945.
So this is TV creds, you know. So if I was gonna, this is obviously the numbers stick, but if I was going to guess again,
Yeah, who would you?
It's tough.
it's fucking hard.
That's fucking hard. I'm trying to think
Currently playing
Currently
is
playing.
also
What's
hard.
What is tomorrow?
No way. DeMar doesn't have any creds.
DeMar Hamlin is at 28,769.
What are the? So then, what's the fucking?
What's he
rating
listed as?
system?
Yeah, what's his
Probably has
credit?
commercials.
He gets listed on like
Or, like,
sports shows
sports shows.
as like self.
more than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, I
for
mean-
a full career.
I
One
think it's just,
week.
I think it's searches
he's
for this
trending.
week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like everyone is searching who that guy is.
Yeah, well, Patrick, yeah. Now,
You
are you
fucked
sure
up.
you didn't search for Patrick Mahomes Senior?
There are several, right?
Let me
Patrick
double check.
Mahomes. Let's double check. But I just
I did think that's high for Patrick Mahomes, I will say. I'd be curious to see if there is potentially a secondary answer.
I'm only seeing
Nope,
one
there's
Patrick
only the one.
Mahomes.
No, you lost.
I mean,
No,
Wait.
if you go Patrick Mahomes
The third.
2,
Two.
you'd have
You want
4,549,000.
that one?
Okay. Wait. So what's the updated score?
That's it.
Did you add all of them
pretty good for
together?
I
Danny.
think that's it right there.
That
Wait,
is,
so
yeah,
you had, like,
you would need
55?
to have a significant, well, that one's tough because for some guys, it's TV credit. Like Tom Brady has a movie coming
I'm
out
trying to think.
centered
I'm
around
literally
him.
trying to think if there's anybody else that would have been a good answer,
I know.
and I'm like struggling with it. I'm like, because Gronk would have been.
I'm curious. I'm curious what Joe Burrow's is. Should I have stayed Homer?
I
If
mean,
I
no,
were, if
no,
I was
no.
gonna guess Joe Burrow,
It might be similar, but I don't think he'd be any better.
All right. Probably not. He doesn't do commercials either.
Is that a thing?
Well, he hasn't really up to this point. He did one Kroger commercial where he sexily looks at a pineapple, and it's been clipped a lot, and we use it a lot. when good things happen, and it's him looking at a pineapple going,
Damn. Okay.
Joe is at 156,000.
all right, so good.
All right. So Luke is losing.
That
by
was a
lot.
hit.
Yeah,
Our
that was a
last
hit.
category is movies, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to save
I
yourself.
don't think it'll change anything.
But
No.
let's see.
We
who-
play anyway.
We
All
play
right.
on.
We'll play.
All right,
We'll play that
so-
I
fun.
am genuinely curious. I wish we had like some of the other football players that would have
I know.
not been.
I'm trying to think if
Like-
there's. I'm trying to think there's another answer.
I mean,
Maybe
if
like
a Peyton Manning, he's got to be higher up, or like an Eli Manning, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I'm curious. Like
Those
that's
two are
more.
high, but then you get into like
STARmeter, and then there's
So
like a
interesting.
filter on the left that you can type in.
I mean, I'm just thinking of guys out there that
There?
are.
JJ
Yeah.
Watt would have been an interesting
But, like,
pick
JJ
football.
Watt could have been an interesting one.
due to retirement.
Right. Maybe no. I mean, it's weird. It's
Maybe
weird
just put in
Tough one.
football.
of what sport like football guys transcend
Yes.
the sport and are known in the cultural zeitgeist to the point where they would be on IMDb.
Right. Like I'm trying to think of like yes. Well, also
Because like
who's-
Lamar
who's-
Jackson, no.
Who's acted in something? Like that's the question. Who's
That's the other
been
thing.
in something where
Yeah,
you would
it's
like?
mostly basketball players, huh? Who like act in movies.
I think yeah,
Yes.
basketball players
But
because also their
Gronk-
faces show. That's why there's
Oh.
you know what I mean? Like it's harder.
but isn't that like
Oh,
I can't see their face?
I bet
got
Aaron
IMDb.
Rodgers is.
Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
yeah,
would have
yeah,
been the
yeah.
move.
Subway commercial.
Let's
Aaron
see.
Right?
Rodgers.
That's a good one.
Aaron Rodgers is sitting at 29,053.
It would have been at least a game.
Yeah.
Would have been a game.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our last category is always movies. There's the movie meter. In
And-
honor. Well,
Oh, and this one you could both pick the same answer.
and then we'll just keep going. So in honor of Megan coming out, we picked possessed toys. Movies that have possessed toys. So you can pick. I'm gonna say 4 titles, and you tell me which one has the best score on the meter.
Okay.
The Boy. That was on Netflix.
Heard of it.
Annabelle Comes Home.
Heard of it.
So,
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky.
Haunted House 2. Wayne's movie. Luke, it's your turn, obviously.
Well, things aren't going as well for me.
But it doesn't matter because we both can pick the same one, right?
But sometimes you just want to strategize and be like, if you know. Because it's.
I bet. I know personally in my own STARmeter, I watched Bride of Chucky this Halloween as a celebration of all things spooky and scary.
Okay.
But I bet Annabelle has the higher STARmeter.
Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah.
That's the third
I would
one,
argue Annabelle Comes Home as well.
Annabelle Comes Home
I
would be
really
my
don't think
guess.
it's a contest.
Annabelle Comes Home, both of you?
Both of you?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the third option out of the 4.
Wow.
Yeah, the
What's
highest.
higher?
Well, let's keep going then.
Oh.
Would you guys? So The Boy, Bride of Chucky, A Haunted House 2.
Did The Boy just come out or something?
It came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't
3
know.
years
I don't
ago.
even know
What
that
is
one.
this movie?
I don't even
Don't know that one.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, whatever Danny picks, I'm picking something different.
Do I have to go first or are you going first?
You go
You go
first.
I'll go first. Okay.
And this is purely, again, based off of the current heat of this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
The movie meter.
Okay.
you know, I think when in doubt, follow your ears. And my ears have told me Bride of Chucky is hot.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Bride of Chucky.
Chucky does have a show out. Chucky is hot, but I'm going. Give me the Wayans Brothers movie.
All right, the Wayans Brothers movie is the last one.
Well, sure.
At 13,000.
Well, sure.
Bride of Chucky is 7,119.
The Boy was number 1.
Mm-hmm. At
Never even heard of it.
4,653 because it's on Netflix, and I feel like
Yeah.
people just watch more
And
Netflix.
people watched it?
I think so. I think people will watch any horror movie that's on
Interesting.
Netflix.
Are you on anything on Netflix?
Say again?
Are you on anything on Netflix?
Yeah, you guys need to get stuff on Netflix.
No.
I got enough. Crazy X is on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Crazy X is on Netflix. I'm on Auntie Donna's. I'm on
That's cool.
things. Couple Netflixies.
No.
Joel McHale show.
Oh nice.
Fast lived, but Netflix.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny.
All right. So Danny won.
Good job, Danny.
21,000.
You won.
But at what cost?
You still can wear these though.
No,
you earned
I didn't
it.
earn
You
that.
didn't earn them. All right. We have.
No, I
a-
got Patrick Mahomes fucked me.
That's not
Sorry.
That was tough.
I thought that
He's
was
in
a-
so many commercials.
I know,
I thought it would give him more
Hey,
of a boost.
I didn't think it was gonna be that either. But
Brady though made sense.
Listen, I said from the get go, the second we started that, I was like, there's an obvious answer here.
There's then
And
clear number 1.
clear number 1. Active movie. Active movie.
Yeah, yeah. Movie
Name
coming out with him in
Titular
the title.
character.
but if you guessed Aaron Rodgers and then won that round, you probably would have. It probably would.
Rogers killed it.
Sorry. Well, you both win AMC gift cards.
So good
'cause
for
we
you.
support each other. Use it to watch Babylon.
I will watch it.
No, it's not. 20 for him and 10 for him. It's
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yay!
Yes, thank you.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
job.
Now I only want to see the part with you in it.
Come in at 2 hours and what part?
I come in at about 30 in, I believe.
30 in? Really?
That's good.
Yeah, because we're still in early Hollywood when I come in.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Thank you. This is very
Of
cool.
course.
Yay!
Experience the difference.
Do you guys want to plug anything?
Yeah.
Just go see Babylon starring Danny Jolles.
You can, for me, Babylon, legitimately, go see it. I have a special on YouTube called You Choose. It is a choose your own adventure special, so you can pick my jokes, my opinions, and it's very fun. And I hope you watch that. And then, it is very important. TikTokers are taking our jobs, and it's very important that you follow us. So please follow every comic on this show, in particular, at Danny Jolles for me, Jolles. And most of all, stand-up comedy is like hockey. It is better in person. Please go see live stand-up comedy. Look up your local comedy club. Don't go with someone who has a massive social media. Find someone who might need the ticket sales and go see them. I bet they're 100 times better. Go see live stand-up comedy and support it.
That is good. That is a good plug. So I want to do that. So let me do my best to say the same thing.
And then you can follow me at Andrew_Orolfo.
Don't you want to plug your social media?
I'll do. Yeah, I'm Luke Null. Null. I'm on there.
Anything else? Any shows coming up?
I mean, lots of shows. If you want to go, if you do
the problem is when you do so many shows, it's like I'm always like
well, ones that I would
I'll be in
make
Denver at
direct
the end of the
money
month.
from. I'm coming. Like I don't know when do y'all put this up.
Probably
Oh, that's a good
Thursday.
question.
Today's Tuesday? Thursday?
Yeah,
Okay.
Fast that.
Well, I'll be going down to Dallas. I'll be going down to.
Are you live cutting?
Wait, when are you doing to Dallas?
Going to Dallas for some festival at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
But then at the first weekend of February, I'm going to be in Orlando and Tampa.
Nice.
Doing some clurbs.
Ooh, you gonna go to Disney World?
You know what? No.
Why?
I just.
Why? Do you not like fun?
I don't know that I am at the place where me alone
Right,
would be able to have fun.
Alone is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even if I brought my friend who's coming with me, Shane.
Jess and I went for our
two grown men going.
Part of our honeymoon was Disney World.
Oh, nice.
I gotta tell you,
It's very fun.
star of the honeymoon. Disney World delivers.
Does she know this?
I'm just saying, Disney World was very sexy. But it was so good. It was so fun.
What lands
is
did you
fun.
visit?
All the lands, baby.
All.
All the lands, baby.
You did all of them then.
Yeah.
That's a time commitment.
Each way.
Because one's a whole day. You can
Yeah,
go
one a day.
That's like 6 days. How many are there?
There's 4 really.
Okay.
There's
Epcot's not a full day.
Epcot's a full day.
Epcot's a full day.
Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and
MGM?
MGM.
Damn. How many days were you there?
What about downtown Disney?
We stumbled in down to Disney, but I would not say that's a full day amount. And then the water park pass.
Right.
So it's really only 4.
There's a Margaritaville in downtown Disney though. It's pretty cool, and a little Legoland.
The Legoland is quite popping.
Yeah.
The Legoland is popping. They also got multiple rainforest cafes in the area. Did you know they still exist?
Well, there was some guy that went to every rainforest cafe in the United States.
Nice.
Really?
And documented it,
Fun.
which is pretty
Very
fun.
funny.
I remember that came to my local mall when I was a kid. Big pop for me. Loved it. The
So go to
rainstorm-
Rainforest Cafe.
That's the pod.
Yay!
Like, subscribe, hit the bell.